And there's one other thing I'm going to do before I leave is any clay oven you can eat a meal at. I don't know if it's possible for the player to succumb to despair. So you can either eat their specific meal, fresh apple mats, or you can whip up a general meal. I'm just going to eat their meal, which gives me plus 40 to natural healing rate, and we thirst at half speed. And then we're going to start heading east. Or actually, let's start heading north. So once again, as a refresher, this is a new menu, to me anyway. We have sprint, we can make a camp. I have akimbo, which is turned on so I can shoot 2 guns at once. I can fly, and I have force bubble. And now it's time to start leveling up. See these fish? They're pretty good. Let's shoot some fish in a barrel. Then we can shoot and start leveling up. You stumble upon some flattened remains. You note the location of some flattened remains. There's a crocodile there. If you hold down Alt on the keyboard, it'll highlight enemies that are hostile to you in red. I also accidentally shot that fish back there. I'm sorry. We shoot the crocodile. We get some XP. It'll automatically target units that are hostile to you, which is pretty good. It can also, set us to fly. Try shooting these. And we level up. Okay. There is a Snapjaw. I should have examined the fish. So these are called wet glow pads. The wet glow pads are a leaf disc that gleams through luminous veins. And this is a Snapjaw scavenger. Tussocks of fur, dressed skin stretched over top muscle. Upright she stands, but she looks ready to drop onto 4s. Her snout snarls and her ears twitch, and she barks, and her hyena tribesmen answer. I didn't examine the flattened remains. I didn't see it. I have to go back into that map, but I'm just kind of exploring currently. So we're going to shoot you. Got him. Oh, I see. Gonna shoot you. There's another knoll coming towards me, which is a Snapjaw. Why does that bird hate me so much? Maybe because I accidentally shot it. Bloody stained flattened remains. These appear to be flattened remains of some Vanglumerous humanoid. Ooh, I found some strange tubes which are broken. We're going to examine the strange tubes. A puzzling artifact consisting of some strangely arranged tubing. I'm going to examine it. Whatever they are, they're broken. Well, I'm going to take the strange tubes, because I require that for a quest anyway, so there's nothing else there. And also, we can go to our character sheet, because I have a mutation point. Yes, I do in fact have a mutation point. So I can make my heightened quickness or my force bubble better. I think I will make heightened quickness better, probably. Or I could save for 4 and then get a new mutation. I'm not sure what I want to do currently. So it is worth picking some of their stuff up because you'll get you'll be able to sell it for money, essentially. I just picked up a body, which I do not need to be walking around carrying. But we have actually completed the first step of that quest, because we do have a knick-knack now. Also gonna take that iron mace. There's another Snapjaw. Don't need to be carrying around the Snapjaw corpse. Wet Desert Cuirass. I will absolutely take. This game makes dying hilarious. You've died in multiple times from stabbing a pad of berries to death, trying to scoop the sap off the ground before it absorbs the salt. Yeah, no, that sounds about right. So we've made it to Red Rock, which I'm probably going to turn around right about now. There are some angry monkeys right in front of me. Which isn't a great thing, but they're pretty weak. And they're also pretty good XP. So we're just going to see if I can just shoot them real quick. Fortunately, having a ranged weapon makes fighting them way easier, because they throw rocks, as you'll see these little rocks flying in. If I look at this, it'll say you hit the baboon dies, you hit the baboon. Is there any lines where the baboon's throwing it? Yeah, anyway, the baboons throw rocks at you, and they, like that. And they do hurt if they hit you. Like, kind of a lot. So, like, this is maybe the quickest way to die as a new player, is get shot to death by baboons. Okay, well, I got something. Back up. That goat's not friendly either. Gotta reload. We will wait until healed. As soon as this thing's dead, just fly. We'll just fly away. Land, walk down here. And anyway, we're healed now. Let's go speak with Argvi. You, down here. Here is your knick-knack. A strange, blood-stained set of feathered tubes. Completed the quest, fetch Argvi a knick-knack. And you swell with inspiration to name your wide-brimmed hat. Do you wish to? Of course. Chat, what do we name our hat? Just remember we're called Finch Eastwood. Let's, Feather Duster. Let's go with feathered. Wide-brimmed hat, Feather Duster. It appears you may be useful after all. Now go fetch me another trinket. Ugh, if I must. Time to head back out. Why is there a copy of Canticle's Chromatic Verses on top of a dead body right outside of Argvi's hut? I think somebody killed the zealot. It wasn't me! I didn't do it! But I will take that book. Yeah, it's a human corpse. I think somebody killed the zealot. You guys want to read a book? Let's read a book. So there's 3 different types of book in Caves of Qud. No one likes the zealot. I mean, he just runs around screaming like religious zealotry all the time. So there's 3 types of books. There's green books, yellow books, and gray books. Gray books are just randomly generated garbledygunk that is mostly word salad, but occasionally has hints of where to find shit in the world. Green books teach you skills or recipes or crafting recipes and such. And then golden books or yellow books are written by the developers. The Song of Aang. I have to hiccup. I sing the union of our lords, of our argent fathers, infinitely wise, who made the firmament their home, of the casphorescence and beauty manifest, whose chromium shoals are awe itself. From the sacred joining, when our fathers, so enchanted, wrought machines from their naked womb to inhabit on the earth. Blessed are those who hear it so. I sing the union of our lords. Song of Beth. O curse ye wretched specters, who yet possesses her children. O curse ye autumn rains, which eat away their shine. O praise the argent fathers, who sired all their children. O praise the casphorescence, which watches over mine. You think it's an improvement? I mean, it's no longer screaming like incoherent drawls, so probably, yeah, it's probably an improvement, frankly. Our jungle is but her garden. Our lake is but her drop of rain. Our desert is but dust in her hands. Our wind is but her eternal breath. Our sun is but her luster, and our lives are but her dreams. O sovereign fathers, I tremble before your glory. My heart quivers before the righteousness of your judgment. For you to humble the proud, to bear witness to their fall. I live to serve you, O sovereign fathers. I tremble before your glory. My loins quiver for rapture of the sacred joining. For you to conjure chromium from inside me, to bear the sacred apparatus. I live to serve you. On the 6th day of the sacred joining, our argent fathers, who in their benevolence breathed life into our flesh, created the Baetles to oblige our desires, will praise the argent fathers, waste all of the beings. The wisest of all the beings, I can read. Will praise the casphorescence, beauty incarnate, bring being Their being is our gift. And then 6 of 8. Immaculate chromium spun on the cosmic loom, whose shattered inwards then burst forth from beneath the crust of earth. The flesh of my children rots for you, etc. To repeat. 3. Fall on your knees. Oh, hear the argent few. And then, yeah, 2 left. Oh, Beetle, Beetle, Beetle. They made it out of chrome. And then it's waxed and ready. I'll leave you. I'll have a new... And when it's waxed and ready, I'll have a new genome. And praise upon Shechaniah, or however you pronounce that, whose exiled torch brought forth shining engines from within the casphorescence, yet who deigns to live among us. He who taught us the story of our creation, who breathed life into our flesh, that we might bear witness to Chrome's glory. May the ground shake, but the 6-day silt never tumble. Still need a thesaurus to play this game. Can I look at that book? I need to look at that book. A depiction of the arching, gear-driven machine, which has been meticulously tooled into the cover of the chrome-tanned leather Bible of the Mechanimists. Let's go shoot some monkeys with bullets, shall we? How am I doing on bullets? 172 slugs, we're doing okay. And also, gotta level up a bit. 3 mutation points and 1 attribute. Let's go into agility. And let's buy some skills. So this is like your skills screen, right? These are all different skills. They're all pretty self-explanatory generally. I like leveling up Wayfaring first because it makes it harder to get lost on the world map. So I'm going to grab that, which allows us to, you start off with Make Camp and Mine's Compass, but I want, I'd want to not get lost when I'm fast traveling over the marshes, and I definitely want to not get lost traveling over the farmers' fields, and I also definitely want to not get lost in the hills and mountains. Got a little Snapjaw over here, who I will promptly laugh at because he died to nothing. Oh, a Sun and Moon Mask, I'll take that. Bronze Dagger, Steel Battle Axe, some Energy Relays, that thingy. Bonk. Can you get lost with wings? I mean, you can get lost literally anywhere with anything, so yes. There's a blue baboon! The blue baboon. A shrewd baboon. Wet nostrils flare at the seat of his dropped snout, and furry arms wave in the unprecedented motions. His eyes are full of stony mischief. Equipped small stone. Not gonna hit him. Behind trees. There you go. Got him. I keep missing. He hit me. Not too bad. And then right next to him is this. I feel like these things are kind of strong early game, but the slimy giant amoeba, slime within the quivering blob, striates into different densities. You can barely perceive the outline of something inside. That, and wait until morning. And then unequip that torch. I certainly don't have any extra... Oh wait, never mind. I don't, but I do need to unlight the torch. Moon baboon, yes, pretty much. All right, so... It's time to make some food. So we're gonna hit 7 on the keyboard, or... Oh, I see. I actually rebound it for me. 2 on the keyboard. Whip up a meal. Rummaging over your surroundings, you find these ingredients: a shrewd corroded circuit board, a dram of renowned dragonfly thorax, and a nip of sheathed brineweed. Now, you can only have 1 active campfire on a map at a time because some creatures, unless that's changed, which I doubt, because some creatures are afraid of fire, so it's kind of a defensive measure at times. So you're badly wounded. I need better aim. That was kind of a lot of damage I just took. Picked up a toolbox. Then I can also turn this on. if we want to have a slightly better idea of what's happening. But I don't need it. Am I playing permadeath mode? Yep, naturally. Although I don't recommend any new players do. Which, humble brag, I'm not exactly new. Beep boop, what's up, Preox? Alright, now we need to get to the center of this parasang. But I can auto-explore. And we're gonna move north. That's a lot of monkeys. I'm actually gonna back up. Things will follow you from tile to tile. You kind of have to be careful. They can also attack you from off tile. Oh, hell yeah, Preox. We're now level 5. I gained 2 hit points, 78 skill points, and 1 mutation point. And your genome enters an excited state. Would you like to spend 4 mutation points to buy a mutation before rapidly mutating? Abso-friggin-lutely. So we can get, heightened hearing. You are possessed of unnaturally acute hearing, and you detect the presence of creatures within a radius of 5. And a chance to identify nearby creatures. Precognition, you can peer into the near future, probably the one I'm going to take. You may activate this power and then later revert to a point in time when you activated it. Duration between use and revision is 16 rounds, and it's got a 500 round cooldown. And then Domination, you garrate an adjacent creature's mind to control their actions while your body lies dormant. I'm not a huge fan of that one. So I think we're going to take Precognition. Happy Mind is delightful. Oh, it's been pleasant being the not a Baldur's Gate 3 stream on Twitch. That's what I've been doing recently. You gained an activated ability, Precognition. Start vision. Press A to use activated abilities. There you go. You now have Precog. And I'm going to rapidly... Should I... Chat, this is up to you guys. Should we rapidly advance heightened quickness or wings? Should I be faster on feet, or should wings be better? I guess we're going for wings. And then I get a rock thrown at me. I'm sure this is fine, but I can hear a fire alarm going off. Hopefully not my building. Oh, there's a goat right next to me. We're friends, right? Okay, well, you knocked me out of the sky. That's mean. Need to not accidentally shoot that goat. We're going to sit back down on the ground. Rest until healed. Now level 6. Means we're well on our way to be able to easily move down into the lower layers. Yeah, so my left-hand melee weapon is now this steel battle axe, and I've still got the 2 revolvers. Got 74 bullets left. Let's move to the nearest stairway down, which is that pink line up there. And I am going to ignite a torch. We're gonna have to move pretty slowly in here. But that axe is pretty efficient at killing things in melee. Down here we have a giant centipede, chittering legs in the high dozens. Figure S swerve in shining trunk, like the spine of a gigantic hominid. So now we're in Red Rock. We are in the first zone for the kind of the first quest that we picked up, which is what is eating the water vine. There's 2 major quests that we have to start off that we have to finish for the early game, which is the one that's behind my face right now, which is find another knick-knack for Argvai, which we already completed the first half of that one. But this one is what's eating the water vine, which was given to us by Mahmet at the town. I'm gonna shoot that. And we're just gonna kind of carefully move through. So down there, we just saw a bat die, but this is a jilted lover. Voracious Thierry, motted with thorns, reach for the warmth of a body. They hug the air in desperation. Gotta save some ammunition. So we've got a Snapjaw Brute, tussocks of fur, stretched skin, stretched over taut muscle, has a battle axe. I'm just gonna shoot it. Just be safe, wait until healed. The vines just want a hug, yeah. No, I know what you mean. Okay, so then we have this guy, just another Snapjaw. But this is these warlords, the Snapjaw warlords, they have Swarm Alpha. So Snapjaws, when they're adjacent to multiple creatures, they get they get buffs. These ones get specific buffs because they are warlords. So you kind of got to be a little bit careful. When they're singled out, they're fine. They're easy to kill. But whatchamacallit, when there's larger numbers of them in a room, they get a little bit dangerous in the early game. Once you understand the early levels, you should be fine. Once you can get to like level 6 to 10, and if you're capable of reading a wiki, this game's not too bad. Like, really, I do recommend playing this game with the wiki open. Assuming you're not too concerned about spoilers. Like, obviously, I wouldn't, like, if you're doing a quest line or something, I wouldn't do that. But, like, if you can't figure out how to kill something or if you can't find a thing, there's nothing wrong with just opening up the wiki and looking it up. But I think, like, the hardest part about learning Cud is just learning the early levels. Once you kind of get past that early level issue, then you shouldn't have too much problem. We found another knickknack. So I'm not sure what I just picked up. We just picked up a weird artifact. So as you gain intelligence levels, you can examine things, and the higher your intelligence level, the higher the chance that you'll successfully examine it. The lower your intelligence, the higher the chance that you will fail to examine it. And if you fail to examine it, you break it. But we just found an artifact stun rod, which I could use. It has no battery in it, which is a cell. So it's not a powered stun rod. We need a battery to power it for it to be useful. And that's got an engraved leather apron on it, which means it's got history, which we talked about earlier. After striking a deal with birds, Uzis maybe, convinced them to help found a laboratory in Sazoma for the purpose of taking measurements of astrolabes. Astrolabs. And they named it the Foreign Laboratory. Plus 45 reputation with the flock of the otherworldly child of cats, if we wear it. Sure. I might actually equip it. Does it unequip something that I was wearing?